It's Lex, Super Tube. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this news, and I hope y'all feeling amazing right now. Cardi B spoke at the Minnesota Democratic rally for Kamala Harris a few days ago, and this was very interesting. Now, we know Cardi B, she's always tuned in with social matters. Cardi B got a little politician walking around somewhere inside of her. I don't know if anyone else notices that, but Cardi B look like she be watching the news sometimes, chilling in bed, and then she just get on live and start talking about what's going on. And I could respect that, because Cardi B do be putting people on. She had a few interesting things to say before. She was saying that one of the only things she wants is for Kamala Harris to stop the war. She wants a ceasefire. That's one of the things she was vocal about. But when I was listening to her speech, she didn't really mention that. She was going in on Trump. She called them Donnie Dump. Senor, I called them Donnie Dump. But America, I'm going to let y'all listen. We're going to play some excerpts of it. Not going to play too much. But America, get jiggy with this.
Let's talk about healthcare. Did you hear what Donald Trump said the other day? Y'all heard what he said? All right, I'm gonna tell you right now. Let me drink my water. Yeah, stay hydrated. He said he's gonna protect women whether they like it or not. He said he's gonna protect women whether they like it or not. I'm repeating it. Donnie Dunk, please. Protection for women, especially if we're talking about maternal and mental health care, is in telling them what to do with their bodies. It's supporting them and giving them the care they need for what they choose to do with their bodies. I don't play that. People like Donald Trump don't believe women deserve rights. And when those rights are taken away, they are nowhere to be found. When a mother's going through postpartum, he's not there to hold her hand. When a child is in foster care or in a shelter because their mother is not mentally stable or financially stable to take care of them, they're not there. The people outside planning, they're not there. They're all gone. Those people outside Planned Parenthood screaming at women's faces, they don't be there when women go through stuff. They don't. I believe in every word that comes out of her mouth. She's passionate, she's compassionate, she shows empathy, and most of all, she is not delusional. Yeah. Kamala recognized that this country is at risk, that the economy needs to get stronger, that the cost of food and the cost of living is too high. Damn, it's even high for me. I believe her when she says, under her, buying eggs and milk won't break the bank. Because she's gonna pass a ban on price gouging on groceries. And she told me that in my face. So she better not lie to me in my face. That's why I was like, you know what? I fucks with you. I fucks with you because you don't act blind. And I was like, all right. I know you see what's going on in the inflation. What you finna do about it? She talked about it too. She's not acting blind. That's why I fucks with her. Like, I fucks with her like she a real bitch. I fuck with her. She's not acting like she don't see it. A lot of y'all like, oh, but she was just in office, blah, blah, blah. Y'all need to understand. She was waiting for her turn. She was there. She was studying. You know what I'm saying? She couldn't do too much, but now she finna do it. And she promised me, and she looked at me in my eye like a gangster. She was like, watch, I'm gonna change this shit the fuck up. I promise you. I was like, oh, yo, she a little gangster. I ain't gonna lie, because my is a gangster. Yeah, period. And I believe in her. And I feel like she's gonna change it.
Why didn't Cardi B mention much about the ceasefire? I thought that's one of the main things that she wanted from Kamala Harris. I'm not really here to go in. If you vote for who you vote for, all right? Everybody political views. You don't have to be vocal about it. It's up to you if you choose. Cardi B, she read off the phone. I'm not expecting Cardi B to be like a landmark politician. All right, if she want to read off the phone, do your thing. She was still vocal about it. Y'all see that charisma, that personality. This is just one of those situations where when artists get involved into politics and these social movements, I think artists do have to be mindful that that political stage is right on there with the music stages. Politicians, they got to do sound checks. They got to have stage performance. When politicians is on that stage, they're performing just like artists and entertainers. Those fields do cross bridges. We've seen the Jay-Z's of the world, the Diddy's of the world, the T.I.'s of the world dabble in the politics. So these fields do cross with the industry. Cardi B, she has a right to speak about what side she's on, her values, her views. She always does. And that's one of the things that draw people into Cardi B. Whether it's her personality or some funny thing she's gonna say online, or I like what Cardi said about those people that be at protests when women be going through their actual issues. Cardi is like, look, we don't see them. We see them at the photo ops. We see them when they want to create some type of fundraiser to get looks or votes. That's when they're there. But when women and people in general, I think, are actually going through things, you don't really see none of these people there. And I'm not trying to paraphrase for Cardi, but she did make a great point with that. And that's why I think it's important for when you see Beyonce and Kelly Rowland speaking there, popping out, Beyonce, I think, knows what she's doing. Jay-Z been playing that game for a minute. Obama on the text, when he said in Death the Auto-Tune, this may offend my political connects. So Jay is somebody that definitely knows how to play that role and negotiate, navigate, and I'm sure he gave Beyonce some pointers. But now Cardi B, she gotta understand that political game is a different field. Y'all saw when Amber Rose sat down with Candace Owens, we heard what Amber Rose was saying to Cardi. So Cardi gotta understand that once you start kind of dabbling in that political area, there's people that they don't care what you do. Unless you go out of your way, unless you really make it known that you're on the other side, there's people that once they see you do certain things, they're gonna always put you on that side. So when I hear 50 Cent saying, yo, he stayed out of it. 50 said they offered him $2 million, $3 million to perform or something like that, and he stayed out of it because he knows some of those relationships, some of those partnerships, they're worth way more than $2 million or $3 million. You could say whatever you want. Unfortunately, it seems like people do pay attention to your political values and your political views. You might say, oh, I want to vote for who I want to vote for. People don't care about that. You're still getting votes. You're still rallying. You're still putting your support and energy behind a specific party. If Cardi's ready to step into that, and she is, 30, 31 now, if she wants to step into that field, then she has a right to do that. But just know that political game, when people talk about the music industry, the political industry, you always hear people say politics is a dirty game. So Cardi just reminded me what Amber Rose said. Cardi gotta understand that once you are on that side, you kind of gotta stay on that side in a way, or you risk certain relationships kind of going away. And Cardi is a very vocal person, and at the beginning of the speech, she even mentioned that she hopes that Kamala Harris is not gonna finesse the people, because a lot of the times politicians will say things and they can't always act on what they want to act on. And especially sometimes in their first term. Like what, for example, what if Kamala Harris goes in, but the Senate and the House is controlled by Republicans for her first term? If she even wins, right? Let's say that the people in the House and the Senate and the Congress, let's say that they're more so Republican. Kamala would have to wait until her next term to make some moves. A lot of the things that she was promising, she's gonna have to wait if that's the case. Cardi gotta really keep this thing in mind, that politics is a technical area. That is some very technical stuff that you gotta be a bit tapped in. So I'm like, look, I always said this, that I think Cardi would make a great politician. Like, I literally have tweets of that I tweeted out years ago. And if she, and I'm only saying that because you could tell that she has an interest in it. Well, I'm saying, if Cardi has an interest in it on that level, be mindful of what you stepping into. That's all I'm saying. And, make sure that you go in with it, because there will be people that will have certain things to say. And they're going to base that off your values. They're going to base that off your political views, because that also explains your values. I'm just saying, right? Cardi looks like she don't mind stepping into that layer of her career, but that's when you got to get on your Jay-Z. Because even Nicki, right? Nicki has her own views, but you ain't really going to see Nicki do certain moves. And because I think Nicki knows how this goes, right? And not saying Cardi doesn't, but Cardi does have that personality and that vocal ability and relatability. Y'all see it, even though she was reading off the phone, even though she looked nervous, she still was getting that stadium going. And that's what that personality does. That's one thing that makes people really like Cardi anyway. Be mindful that this is a different playing field. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, y'all let me know what y'all think about this video on the Super Tube. And y'all know it's Astrosthetics with the legendary breaking news. Make sure y'all subscribe. Let's get it.